Hello, hello. I don't know why you say goodbye. I say hello. I don't even know if anybody is going to get this because it's been so long since I've been live that I don't even know if I'm in the algorithm. My ear is so clogged right now. It is so nice out right now. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I got to run back in my house real quick. I got like a half hour that I could talk, chat, say hello. One person. Hi, one person. Hi. Hold on. Whew. Nice and cool in here. I don't know how all you Florida people live, because goddamn it's hot down there. Holy shit. Don't mind my loud ass shoes. I don't even know why I'm wearing these shoes. They're a little annoying. Oh, I forgot to put perfume on. Hey Tallulah Bell, how you doing, girl? How you doing, girl? Hold on a second. I just dropped my phone. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna make myself another coffee, even though it's like, even though it's 6 o'clock. Probably shouldn't be drinking any more coffee. Hey, Mama Bear, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Beautiful day out today. Is today the 3rd? The 3rd or the I don't even know what day it is. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Thank you, Burn Hot Dog. Thank you. It's great to be back. I figured I'd stop in and say hi to you guys quickly. I don't have that much time, but I have to go somewhere. But I haven't talked to you guys in so long. I feel like, might as well catch up. I was away. Excuse me. I was away for like 6 days. We went down to Tampa for my son had a tournament down there, which we go to every year. And it was just like one of those trips that was just like, first of all right, let's start from the beginning, right? I go to leave. We're leaving for the airport on whatever morning it was. It wasn't early. So I'm all ready, for once. Like I'm ready. I'm all showered, ready to go. All my shit's packed. Normally I'm like running around like a chicken without her head, like trying to get everything together. So I'm like all ready to go. Got my coffee in my hand, right? I'm smoking a cigarette because I know it's going to be like hours before I'm going to smoke another one. So I'm smoking my last cigarette before we take our ride to the airport. I go to flick it in the bush on the side of my driveway. And I just feel like, boom, something hit me in the head. And it felt like a ball. Like it felt like a softball, almost. Not like a softball, like the baseball softball, but like a fucking like kickball or a soccer ball or something hit me in the head. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, what the fuck was that? And I'm looking in the car and I'm like, okay, I'm like all disoriented. I'm like, my son's in the car. My husband's in the car. So who just threw a ball at my head? Like from like the backyard, it felt like it came from. I'm like so confused. Coffee's all over my hair that I just fucking finished blow drying. I'm like, what the fuck? Like the coffee flew out and flew in my hair. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Thank God it missed my clothes because I was wearing like this little cute little I don't know, outfit that I got from Marshall's. It's like a pants and then I had like a matching tank top. It was really cute. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? My husband's like, dude, a bird just attacked you. I'm like, what? A fucking bird? I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, dude, you didn't see it? I'm like, no, I just felt something hit me in the head. And I'm like, and I don't know. I guess it was a bird. I have no idea. So I go on my Ring camera and sure enough, you see the bird. You can't really see me as my husband's car is blocking me. But you sure enough see this bird flying out from like my backyard. And he's like, he like landed on my head. It was like the weirdest thing. I've never had that happen to me before. I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, this is great. This is like, this is a sign of like something's going to go wrong on this trip. Meanwhile, Monday morning. So I think we left Tuesday, was it? I think Monday morning, my son, yeah, it had to be Tuesday. On Monday morning, my son my husband and I are like running around just trying to get some last minute shit. You know how it is. You go on vacation, you're like, oh, I need new everything, you know? So he's like, oh, I need sneakers. Where the fuck did I put my coffee cup? Here it is. So I'm like, all right, let's go to Dick's Sporting Goods. We went to like 3 stores. He's so picky with sneakers. I don't know if all men are, but I know mine is. He's so picky. They can't have like anything on them, like no bells or whistles, no different colors. It's like black and white, and that's it. And like right now, I feel like there's a major sneaker trend, I guess, kind of going on where it's like white sneakers are everywhere. So we were having a little trouble. And then when he would find a pair that he likes, they wouldn't have a size, of course. So anyway, I'm walking into Dick's Sporting Goods and my son's school's calling. And I'm like, I don't know if it's like, usually I like ignore their calls because they're like automated. But this time I was like, oh, they usually don't do those during this day. So I answered it. And sure enough, it's a school nurse. And they're like, oh, you know, your son was outside. He fell. And then he got up and said he couldn't like see. And I'm like, what? Now, that morning, he told us he had a headache. And we thought he was like kind of playing with us because, you know, kids do that. Because, you know, my husband was off from work that day. I thought he was like kind of messing around trying to like play a game with us. We couldn't tell. We give him Tylenol and we're like, all right, go to school. You know, because he seemed fine otherwise. Like he wasn't like, he didn't seem sick. He didn't have any other symptoms. He just said he had a headache. So we give him Tylenol and we're like, okay, go to school, you know? So the bird's name must be Laura. So he goes to school and the nurse ends up calling me and she's like, you know, he fell and all that. So I'm like, you know, my husband's like, oh, he's faking it. You know, he's like convincing me. And I'm like, yeah, maybe he is. So anyway, the nurse is like, you know, he's pale as a ghost. Come pick him up. So I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? So we go pick him up. Now I'm like thinking, did he get a concussion or something? He said he didn't hit his head. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So as soon as he gets in the car, I'm like, Jesse, did the nurse take your temperature? He's like, no. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's weird. So I'm like, usually like that's the first thing they do. So I bring him straight to the doctor because now I'm like getting, you know, nervous. So I drive right to his doctor's office. We go in there. They check his blood sugar. They're like checking everything. He's fine. They check his temperature. He's fine. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he just got hot. It was hot out on Monday. So I'm like, maybe he just got like really overheated outside. They were playing football. So he's like, looks like a mess when I pick him up. So anyway, we leave the doctor's. He falls asleep. I'm like, this is weird. Jesse never sleeps during the day. So something, right? Like 2 hours later, he wakes up and he has a fever. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? So I'm like, this isn't good because we're leaving tomorrow. And like, we couldn't cancel the trip now because, you know, you're not going to get your money back. And, you know, we don't have it like that. So normally when he gets sick, he's like fine within like a day or two, like if he gets a fever. So, you know, the next morning we wake up and he wasn't feeling all that great. But he's like, I'm good, you know. So we took his temperature. He had a little bit of a fever. Give him Tylenol, whatever. We go on the plane. We're figuring it's going to be gone. He didn't have a game until like Wednesday. So we're like, it'll be gone by then. It'll be fine. Well, sure enough, he was sick the whole time. But it ended up once we got there, they like canceled half the tournament. It was like a whole mess. So we had like 3 days before he really had to play. So I ended up bringing him back to the doctor down there. They tested him for everything, COVID, flu A, flu B, all these different flu things. And he tested negative. So I have no idea what the fuck he had, but he had some type of, I don't know. They said a virus, but I'm like, I hate that. Don't just tell me it's a virus. But they gave him antibiotics and they're like, oh, you know, don't take him till the next day. I'm like, well, you know, I'm going to give him to him now. Because if I was thinking maybe he had strep throat, but they said his throat looked good, his ears looked, I don't know what the fuck this kid had. But he had no symptoms, like other than just having a headache. So I was like, I mean, not a headache, other than he was like a little tired, you know? So anyway, I felt so bad for him because I'm like, you know, this is like his trip, you know, like we're here. Obviously it's like a family thing, but it's like we're down here for him and he can't even really enjoy himself, but he did, you know? We still did things. We went out to, I'm trying to think. Oh, we went to this lagoon, which we go to every year. And then we went to this, This place wasn't that great. We went to this, it was called Weeki Wachi Springs or some shit. And it was like a natural spring in Florida, but the water was fucking freezing, like freezing. I'm like, it felt like New York water. I was like, why did we come here? You know, like you go down to Florida, you want to go in some nice, warm temperature water. No, this shit was like a fucking ice bath. It was so fucking cold. And it was not worth it. It was like an hour away from where we were staying, and it really wasn't like worth the drive. I thought we were going, so I wanted to go to this place called I think it's called Silver Lake Springs. If anybody knows what that is, let me know. But they have a troop of monkeys living there. There's like a whole story behind it. And every year when we go down there, I'm like, oh, we got to go to this place. But we get in the car and I'm like all excited. I'm like prepared to see monkeys. Like I'm ready to go. I took all my jewelry off because I was like, they'll rip your jewelry off, the monkeys. They're crazy. So I'm like, don't wear any jewelry. I'm like telling everybody, whatever. We got in the car and I go to put it in like the GPS. My husband's like, that's 2 hours away. I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, I thought it was like an hour away from where we were. So he's like, I'm not driving 2 hours. So one of our friends the day prior had gone to this other place, this Wiki Wachi, whatever the fuck it is, place. So we're like, all right, let's just go to that one. So we brought one of, his friends with us and we took a ride there and it was all right. Like you went on this little lazy river. There was fish in the water. It was kind of like, I'm not like that kind of nature girl. Like I'm a pool girl. I'm not really into like, natural water things like the ocean and shit. So I was like freaking out a little bit, but I just did it. I went in the water, even though it was freezing, dude. It was so fucking cold. And it was a little grimy in there, I'm not gonna lie. But the water was clear. I mean, you could see through right to the bottom. So it was pretty cool. Because it really is a natural spring. There's like a little area that they had fenced off where you could see like the water bubbling out of the springs. So that was pretty cool. Yes, that's what I want to do, Kate. I want to spend time with monkeys. That's all I wanted to do was see monkeys. Because I was like, this trip's been a shit show so far. Like, the parents were like all pissed off because like they canceled all the fun events at the tournament, and they canceled games, and they redid the schedule. It was a mess. Like the tournament was a mess. And usually we love this tournament. Like it's great. We, a million times. But this year it was a disaster. It was a total shit show. Like the parents were freaking out. Some of the parents were like, I wouldn't have even fucking drove here. Like we just made the best of it because we were like, what are you gonna do? Like, and it worked out better anyway because Jesse wasn't feeling that great. So whatever the fuck he had, it went away as soon as they gave him the antibiotics. So he was fine after that. But oh my God, it was just a fucking nightmare. It was just like one of those trips where it was like everything that could go wrong. On the way there, this was great too. I forgot about this part. We typically we fly Delta when we can. But my husband, when he looked for the hold on, I might cut out for a minute because I'm in like a weird fucking area where my phone just is shit. Anyway, on the way there, we take JetBlue. We never took it before from JFK. We go. First of all, everybody they're so miserable. I understand because I'm like, dude, if I had to deal with like the people that come in there, I totally get it. People are rude, people are fucking assholes. And why you're not the happiest person. Over here. Philippines, that's where I want to go one day. It's on my bucket list. Monkeys. I might go to like Hong Kong because it's a little cleaner and safer, but I want to go somewhere where there's freaking monkeys. So bad. Yeah, no, it's not my Bluetooth. It's my internet connection. Hold on. It'll be done in a minute. It's just my phone just never works when I'm right near this certain area on this road near my house. I'm going somewhere, so I figured I would talk to you guys on the wait, hold on. Missed you guys a lot. Thanks, Adam. We've missed you too. I've missed talking to you guys. Hold on. Hopefully it's getting a little better. All right. So anyway, we got through JetBlue, and it was like so weird. They kept changing the gate number before we even got there. My husband kept getting texts that they're like, "Oh, you have to go to this gate, that gate." So we're like running all over. We get to the gate finally, and we're like, "Okay, we're here." And they're like, dude, like everybody's waiting online to like board the plane at the actual boarding time. So like I don't know what the hell was going on, because the plane was there for almost the whole time we were there. They're like, oh, the maintenance crew is coming. They got to clean up. They got to do the checks on the plane. So we're like, okay, like fine, I'm cool with that. Like getting on a clean plane. Fucking hour and a half goes by. We're like, all right, this is getting like a little crazy, you know. Then all of a sudden we get on the plane. They finally start boarding us, right? And we're on the plane now. And they're like, we're waiting for the gas guy to come. I'm like, oh, they didn't put gas in the plane like this whole fucking time? Like, that's weird, Like, what the fuck? So we're sitting there for an hour and a half on the plane now. And like, people are getting pissed. Like, fucking, there's this guy sitting in front of us. He has 2 young kids with him. And he's like, these kids, he's like, I don't have that much candy, Like, people are getting fucking angry. We're just sitting there. You can't watch the TVs because there's no headphone. We don't have headphones. Because Delta gives you free headphones. JetBlue does not. But they do give you free Wi-Fi. So my husband and my son didn't have headphones. I just sat there and listened to like something on YouTube with my AirPods. But like, people were getting fucking pissed. You would think they would have came around and been like, hey, here's some headphones to keep you entertained for the fucking hour. So the captain of the plane keeps getting on, and he keeps like saying things like, yeah, the gas guy's supposed to be here soon. And I don't know, he keeps making all these weird excuses. He's like, yeah, they'll be here in 10 minutes. Like an hour goes by. We're like, okay, dude, like what the fuck is going on? So then he comes back on. This is where I got scared. He's like, yeah, we had a problem with the, we were waiting for a part. That's what he said. And I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean you're waiting for a part? Like, what the fuck's wrong with the plane? I'm already like a nervous flyer. So I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What do you mean a part for the plane? Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I have no idea what the holdup was. I think they just made a bunch of excuses because I don't know. I don't know what the fuck. In my opinion, they were understaffed. It was hot out and people were probably moving very slowly outside, on the runway. And it just took them. So we ended up, it was like a 3-hour delay onto our trip. And we were like bugging out because we rented a car and we thought, what if the rental place is closed by the time we got there? But it ended up working out, thank God. But it was just like, dude, that's what I'm saying. Everything that could have went wrong on the fucking trip, like, just went wrong for us. But what are you gonna do? We had a great time still. Like, don't get me wrong, because we'll just make the best of anything. But it was just like, it was kind of a waste for us to even go down there. Jesse didn't feel well. I got fucking beat up by a bird before we left. No, that was fine after the bird attack. What else? The games got canceled. All the other shit got canceled along with that. It was just like, we got delayed. Like, what else could go wrong on this trip? But we ended up having a really good time, regardless. Like, I just felt bad for my son because he wasn't like, Jesse's usually filled with energy, and he was just tired. Like, you could just tell he was not acting himself. It almost felt like I brought like another kid on the trip with me. Like, he just didn't feel 100%. And, that sucked, but it worked out in the end. It all worked out. I got a tan. I'm happy. And I learned my lesson finally to put, more than like 30 SPF on when I go in the fucking Florida sun, because goddamn, it's hot down there. It is fucking hot down there. I mean, like, dude, the sun, when you go outside, I know some of you guys live in Florida and you're probably like, wow, you New York fucking pussy, like, shut up. But like, seriously, you feel, you could, when you walk outside, that is a different fucking type of sun than the type of sun we have here. Like, I could go out anywhere here, no, sunblock or anything like that. And I could sit on the beach all day with no sunblock and barely get a tan here. You go down there and you could like literally feel the sun cooking your body. It is so hot down there because obviously you're closer to the equator. But when you really think about the Earth's distance from the sun, we're not that much closer to it when you're on the equator, right? Even if you're directly on the equator, you're still not that much closer to it in the relativity of like how close we are to the sun or how far we are. Why does it feel that much stronger, dude? I mean, it's like, whoa, you feel like you're frying down there. And it is so fucking hot and humid. It's like, I don't know, I couldn't live like that. And it was so nice to come home and just feel the not such hotness. Like, it's beautiful out today here. And it was hot before we left, don't get me wrong, but it's like 78 today. But it's like a nice, breeze, and I couldn't live like that. So any of you guys that live down in Florida, God bless y'all. Cause y'all, I don't even say y'all, but God bless you guys, because I can never fucking live down there. It's too hot. That is too fucking hot for me. And it rained. It rained. A little bit, but not too much, We were, the one day, it was so funny. That was another thing that went wrong. We had nothing going on, and Jesse had a game. I think it was like Thursday or something, or Friday. I don't remember. So, we hung out with this other family for the most part. Like, we were like kind of doing things with them, that we've known this family for years. We've traveled with them for years, So we're like, oh, we're going to go, sit by the pool. Why don't you guys come over to our hotel and hang out with us? We get our bathing suits on, right? And we go to sit by the pool, and the pool's fucking closed at the hotel. We're like, what? We're like, you closed the pool? They're like, yeah, we had to clean it. They're like, you could go down the block and go to the other pool, because we weren't sure that day. It looked like it was going to rain. So we were like, we didn't want to go anywhere and pay all the money and then it starts raining. So we're like, all right, we'll go down by the pool and just hang out, So they're like, oh, there's another whatever hotel chain we were at. There's another one down the block. You go to their pool. Somebody goes there or called there, and they're like, their pool was closed too. So we're like, what the fuck, So that was when we decided we're going to go to this lagoon, which is so fucking cool, man. If you're ever down in like the Tampa area, check it out, because it's so much fun. And the kids have such a good time. It's called Epperson Lagoon. There's 2 of them now. They opened up another one, but it's like, dude, it's just so much fun. It's so much fun. So we went there, and pretty much the rain held out until like 4 or 5 o'clock, which we were getting ready to leave by that time anyway. So it all worked out in the end. But drink, I remember closing arguments where they left or the day before I left. And I was so like into like knee deep into that case. Like, some of the shit that I really didn't like watch all that closely. And I knew it was going to be a hung jury from the get-go, because you could just tell when you go into the I'm roboting. Yeah, I'm probably in a bad area right now. Let me know when it's overcharged under. Oh, I'm like overcrowded. Hold on a second. I'm probably in a shit area as far as internet service goes. Tell me when you guys could hear me. Stable now. All right. Well, anyway, I was addicted to the Karen Reed trial. That's what I was saying. So I've been watching. I was like addicted, like watching like everybody's commentary and trying to catch up on some of the, stuff that I didn't get to. I missed like testimony or something, because I'm just flabbergasted at how badly, normally, and I know here, when a police officer is found dead, okay, which rarely happens, but I'm just saying, like, a police officer dies, no matter how they die, their police force is going to go, head into an investigation, and I mean, put their best guys on it, right, and do the best work that they can. And I feel like this police department and the state troopers that investigated this guy's case did such a disservice to this man. I mean, it's just a shame, you know. I knew that the jury would end up being hung just because you read the comments under like the videos, the channels that are playing the trial, even, right? And you can tell, unless you're on like one of those channels where they're just completely biased one way or another. I'm talking about like Law and Crime or something, you know. You go under their, or Court TV, you go under their videos, and it's like, it's divided, man. It is fucking divided. And there's just people that are, you know, 100% in that the cops, you know, killed this guy and they're doing a cover up. And then you got the other people that are like, well, she killed him, you know. I don't know. You were shocked, Daisy. I wasn't shocked. I knew that there was going to be a hung jury. In fact, I think I said it a couple of weeks ago when I started watching the trial, because I was just like, I was just thinking of how divided it is, even within Discord, divided. Like, people have different opinions on this case, and I don't even know where I stand on it. You know, I don't have a solid opinion. My only solid opinion is that there's a lot of weird shit, and that I don't feel like the prosecutor did a good job of proving their case. You know, I wouldn't have been able to convict her based on the evidence. Like, you're talking about sending somebody to prison for life. You know, it's a big thing to have on your shoulders. You know, I don't think I'd be able to do it. I cannot say for 100% sure that she hit that guy that night based on the evidence that was presented in that courtroom. I can't see it, you know. I think some of the biggest things for me are, number one, they had two expert witnesses come from the FBI. Okay. So they're not hired witnesses like normally you see in a trial. At the end, the defense had these two guys come in, and they were available to either side. Obviously, the prosecution didn't want to go with them, the Commonwealth, because if those guys had come in on their side, they would not have helped the case at all. But you had, one was like a biomechanic engineer, I don't know, whatever the fuck. They both said that there's no way this guy was hit by a car, that his injuries, okay, are not consistent. And they conducted all sorts of tests. And then you have the medical examiner who actually did his autopsy, who also says that his injuries are not, you know, they're just not consistent with being hit by a car, a normal pedestrian car accident. You know, that's a big thing. I mean, that's a huge thing. You're talking about sending somebody to jail based on that. That's the biggest piece of evidence, is his body, you know, and his injuries and everything, and how he died and what happened to him. And nobody can fucking explain how he died. The person that they put on the stand, the prosecution, was a joke. I mean, his story didn't even make sense. He didn't have the, you know, appropriate training or degrees or anything to really even be commenting on it. And it's just a fucking mess, you know. And again, like I said, they did this guy a total disservice, you know. Then you have this crooked investigator who is denying relationships with people. They're all fucking drinking and driving. It's a fucking total shit show, that police department and the state troopers. And then, you know, you have that's an issue, conflict of interest. He should have recused himself right away. And then, but I don't even feel like that's the biggest part of the problem. I feel like some of the more problematic things, like the fact that his arm allegedly broke a fucking pretty strong, you know. Um, you know, they're saying there's questionable shit, especially when you see her backing out of her driveway and it looks like her, she hits his car, and that's how the taillight breaks. And then there's video of her driving prior to that where, her taillight should have been broken according to the picture that they shown, where you shouldn't have seen any of the red, basically. And you see video of her driving after the alleged, pedestrian strike happens. And it's like, ooh, is her taillight gone? It looks red. Like, it shouldn't be red, but it looks like it's red. So yeah, there was a lot of questionable shit in the case. And I personally could not have sent somebody to jail for life, based on that, what I saw in the fucking trial. So I mean, some people are just like staunchly against her, and I ain't no fan of Karen Reed. I think she's nuts. I think she's fucking crazy. But if you grew up in the Northeast, there's a million Karen Reeds around. I hate to say it, but there are. But like, I don't know, I don't care for her necessarily. I just looked at the evidence that was presented in court, and, I mean, I think she was a crazy girlfriend. Yeah, dude. Who the fuck would leave messages like that for their boyfriend? 53 phone calls. That's fucking insane, But then at the same time, you got to think to yourself, okay, if she hit this guy, right, and knew she did, don't you think she would call him up afterwards and be like, hey, John, me and the kids are waiting for you. We're just waiting at home. Like, I hope you're all right. You wouldn't be calling them up like, fuck you creep. Like, I don't know. I mean, unless she's a fucking evil genius, which is possible, that she did that. But like, if you did that knowingly and you hit the guy, why would you be leaving nasty messages to like point the finger at yourself? Like, that doesn't make sense when you think about it. So there was a lot of questionable shit for me. I didn't understand. I like the conspiracy. To me, there's different levels of it. There's people that think that everybody in the world is in on this conspiracy. What I think, and maybe we'll talk about this when I have more time and get into it, is there's a lot of influence within the police department. Everybody knows that there's a blue line, right? They call it the blue line, but really it's a blue fucking wall. You got one police officer who's dead. You got another police officer who's alive, who has a little bit more power than the police officer that's dead. And I do think that there's, influence amongst other police officers. And there was evidence of that because Trooper Proctor, the main detective on the case, went, wanted to like influence the medical examiner to change her decision. So I do think that, there's influence along the lines. Where it's like, here, this is what happened, like kind of fit the square peg in the round hole, like, make this fit. I do think that happens. And it's kind of scary, because if anything, this trial exposed that, and you can't deny it. I don't care who you are, what side you're on, you can't deny that these police officers are definitely, there's something going on there. There's something shady going on in the town of Canton. And the police, just in general, you got police officers throwing their fucking phones out. Why? If I was, right, let me just put this out there. If I was innocent, okay, this conspiracy has been around since as long as the fucking trial was going, since long before the trial was going on, okay? The conspiracy was out there. Pretty much as soon as this happened, she went and did an interview on Nightline. All right. Her own words out of her mouth when she got arrested the second time was that she put the conspiracy out there by saying that it was Chris Albert and Colin Albert and whatever. Okay. If I was innocent and I didn't have anything to hide, and I knew that this conspiracy was out there accusing me of killing this guy, I'd be like, here you go. Take my phone. Take it. Clear my fucking name, please. Because I don't need people thinking I'm a murderer. So you got to look at that and be like, well, why'd these guys throw their phones out? Get new phones all of a sudden. They were all just due for an upgrade at the same time? Bullshit. Something ain't right there, dude. Something ain't right. I don't even know if he was murdered by anybody in the house. See, I don't know if they have even evidence to show that. There's a lot of shady shit. But maybe they just don't know what happened to him. Maybe he was hit by a fucking plow or, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe something else happened. Maybe there's another person that saw him outside and beat the shit out of him. Who the fuck knows? You know, something could have happened, and maybe they tried to make evidence fit. I don't know. But all I know is that because of that one main police officer, you got to question all the evidence in the case now, because that one police officer lied so much. He did that man such a disservice. Trooper Proctor, I'm talking about. He did John O'Keefe such a disservice in this case. It's sickening. You know, his family's never gonna get oh, thank you, Forgotten Whispers. I'll check it out. Sorry, I'm at a red light so I can actually look down. We're voting to send her to the prison for crappy police work to denial of physics. I would never want to be accused of it. That's what I'm saying, Guardian Girl. Like, I don't really have an opinion on, you know, whether she hit him or not, because I personally feel that if she did, I don't think she did it intentionally. Okay, but I still can't make sense of his injuries and then lack thereof, you know, because there's a lack of like bruising and all this other shit that you would think you would get when you get hit by a car. But there's also the evidence that they do have is like questionable at best, because there was no fucking what do you call it, chain of custody, you know, that was followed. I mean, the guy couldn't even tell. He didn't even know. The main investigator, he couldn't even tell you what the chain of custody was, which is a problem. Evidence is being found, you know, months after the crime happened. It's weird, you know, and I'm sorry, I would never be able to send somebody to prison based on that for life or for even 10 years. I just wouldn't be able to do it. So the prosecutor, hopefully now, if he retries the case, hopefully he gets his shit together, you know, and does a better job. I mean, if he really wants to prove this case, otherwise it's just going to be a tremendous waste of fucking tax dollars again. So, I mean, what a sad situation. What a fucking sad situation. Really sucks. But anyway, all right, I'm pulling into my destination here, and I will definitely be back probably more so next week, because I just got shit going on this week. But I just want to stop in. By the way, if you ordered from me, I emailed you to let you know that your orders are going to be delayed. They're definitely being worked on. So I've been working like the last 3 days, like pretty much nonstop, to try to get them out. I want to get them out as soon as possible, while allowing them the time that they need also to cure. But I just couldn't get it done before I left. So just know that, you know, I didn't forget about you. Your shit's going to be out hopefully, you know, early next week, I'd say. And I'm going to send you an extra stuff, you know, something, just because I feel bad that it took so long. But anyway, I will definitely be back more on like a regular schedule next week. And that's about it. All right. It was great talking to you guys. I'm sorry I couldn't interact that much because I was driving, but I just wanted to pop in and say hi. And I hope you guys are all doing well. And please have a happy and safe 4th of July. No drinking and driving. Remember that there's Ubers and, you know, Lyft and all that other shit. Do not get in the car if you're under the influence. All right, I'm out. Peace.